Hello, my name is Tian. Today I bring to you a topic on how playing video games can positively affect our cognition. Aging comes with a variety of changes to our brain structure and integrity. Oftentimes, these changes include a decline in short term memory, reasoning, goal directed behavior, inhibition, and spatial orientation. From what we know, many of our brain's age-related changes involve an area of the brain known as the hippocampus, which includes tasks such as spatial recognition, pattern discrimination, and memory. It also involves the executive control housed in the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for reasoning, goal-directed behavior, and memory, as well as our ability to inhibit certain behaviors. To combat this age-related decline, video gaming has gained an increased amount of attention in recent literature, and we will be discussing some evidence behind it. A study in 2015 provides evidence suggesting that playing 3D video games can increase our performance in recognition memory, episodic memory, and visual perception in as short as 2 weeks of playing. They suggest three-dimensional games in particular, as they found playing two-dimensional games have little to no effect on our cognitive functions. In a study, the game the authors looked at was called Super Mario 3D World. And here's a demonstration of it on the right, as compared to a two-dimensional version of the game on the left. And as an activity, I'm inviting you all to think of a game that you used to play or are currently playing that is in 2 dimensions, and think of how it will look in 3 dimensions. Do you think it will be more fun, and if it will make you want to play the game even more? Another study in 2012 had older adults play a video game called World of Warcraft, which is a role-playing game that has a vast array of virtual worlds for players to navigate through and explore. Players also strengthen their in-game character through a completion of quests and challenges. After 14 hours of playing across a span of 2 weeks, the participants scored significantly higher in areas of attentional control, mental rotation, spatial visualization, and reasoning. Positive impacts of video gaming on our cognition is not limited to a single genre of role-playing. In a study in 2008, Bayshak recruited 40 older adult participants and had them play a game called Rise of Nations, which is a strategy game. In this game, players are required to build their own nations by sourcing for resources, make diplomatic ties, and build armies to defend their own nations as well as to attack others. This is with the assumption that these requirements tap into functions of the executive control. By the end of the study, authors reported that participants scored higher in areas including working memory, goal-directed planning, and reasoning. Tying everything together. The most protruding question is perhaps how exactly does video gaming affect our cognition? And here are some theories. Environmental enrichment. Games provide a great source for a wealth of complex virtual environments, and from what we know, complex environments get our neurons firing and making new connections. Challenge of competency. Games can push our cognitive abilities to the limit and provide rewards for those who persevere through challenges. This has been identified as an indispensable piece to any cognitive training paradigm. Transfer of skills. Whether if it is paying attention simultaneously to many different on-screen indicators, or making certain decisions, or even planning towards a particular goal, the cognitive functions underlying these behaviors that are trained through gaming are thought to transfer to our normative daily activities. Take-home message. There are benefits to video gaming, despite the possible perception that it's an activity for younger adults and adolescents. Video gaming benefits all of us by helping us learn and maintain our cognitive abilities. Losing our cognitive abilities can be a horrifying thought, and for those who are already experiencing the decline can perhaps appreciate all too well, painfully, what not being able to remember something is like. But to know that there are still ways in which we can remedy the decline can perhaps be reassuring. So I suppose the take-home message is that start by gathering resources and information on the games we've discussed, such as World of Warcraft, Rise of Nations, or Super Mario 3D World, and see how you like them so that we can all start playing three-dimensional video games today.